Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast, and I'm just checking in on you. I'm just checking to see how your week's going. Out there, I know there's a lot of difficult. It's a very difficult time. It's a time where a lot of people don't feel safe. There's a lot of hysteria. There's a lot of craziness. There's a pile of people losing their shit about stuff that doesn't fucking matter in the overall picture. Who gives a fuck about this, that, and the other thing when we might not even be able to live on the planet if we keep going the way we're going, right? Happy Thursday, everybody. How's it going? Oh, my God. Oh, freckles. Oh, pasty thighs just fucking came up for air. My God. I went, when we last checked in with Bill, from Friday or Saturday of last week until last night at like 9:30, I did nothing but work on fucking writing this script and getting it ready for people to look at. And I got to tell you something. The fact that actors get all these fucking awards and attention and then you don't know who the writers are, I swear, is one of the most ridiculous things. We were cranking this thing. We finally got the thing done, and my writing partner's going like, man, I can't wait to do like the Sandler thing and do one of these every couple of years. I'm like, dude, I don't think I ever want to do one of these again. My brain was fried. But now I'm psyched because now I'm on the other side of it, and I think it's a really good script. And who knows? You write these things, you bring them out, you hope someone's going to fucking buy it, and if they don't, you're like, all right, well, I guess I'll try it a different way. And that's what life is. You get up there, you take a swing of the bat. You see if you can make some contact, put it in play. Maybe every once in a while you hit a fucking home run. But most of the times you strike out. You go back to the dugout. You don't get to ride in the laundry cart, right? That's what it is. All right? But try telling that to these broads. Oh, my God, if I have one more woman tell me how fucking easy my life is. I started dropping weight. I was down the comedy club, and I mentioned that to someone. She goes, well, yeah, man, you're a guy. I mean, you guys just, think of losing weight, and you drop weight. Oh, yeah, that's exactly how it is. It's exactly how it is. That's why you never see a fucking fat guy on My 600-Pound Life. That's like a thing, like with women. They go, you just think about losing weight, and you lose weight. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. I've been trying to drop this weight for a whole fucking year. I've been thinking about it for a whole fucking year. Thinking about it, and I'll make it happen. Right? So, I don't know what the hell it's just like, it's just one of those things you just have to sit there and listen to. I told you that. I was at the doctor's, right? And I had one of those fucking old man spots developing on my head. And I'm like, I can't have this. So she's lasering the thing off. And I just say, she goes, you want me to numb you up? And I said, well, how bad does it hurt? She goes, it's like somebody snapping an elastic on your head. I was like, all right, well, let's see how it goes, right? She's doing it, and it wasn't even that bad. And then she said to me, she goes, I got to admit, she goes, you have like a high level of threshold for pain. You're like a woman. She fucking said that to me. I was just like, Jesus Christ. I was trying to think. I know I told this story before, but I know you guys don't listen every week. I was just trying to think, like, the opposite of that. Like if I was the doctor and I had a woman in the chair and I said something like that, like, wow, you're like really smart. You're like a man. You have a high threshold of pain like a man. Like if I said something like that, practice over, done. Be on that fucking E show. Something would happen. So anyway, I've been dropping weight. Just trying to go 2 pounds a week. Been eating great. I'm off like sugar and salt now. And last night, we took a break because our brain was so fried. And I put on the World Series, which I'm getting such a kick out of it that I guess people in sports were saying that Atlanta Braves versus the Houston Astros was a nightmare for Major League Baseball as far as ratings goes. And what are they going to do? They're going to turn around and blame the cities and blame the teams rather than blame themselves that because of pile-on teams and money, certain teams were able to be, considered more interesting than other cities. Because I know when I watch the Super Bowl, it doesn't matter who the fuck's playing. I know the Arizona Cardinals, formerly the St. Louis Cardinals, formerly the Chicago Cardinals, have sucked dick my entire fucking life, except for 1 year when they had Kurt Warner and they played one of the greatest Super Bowls of all time, unfortunately losing, I believe, to was it the Packers or was it the Steelers? I can't remember. But it was an amazing Super Bowl, right? They've absolutely sucked. And now all of a sudden they're great. They got Kyler Murray. They got Chandler Jones. They got J.J. Watts. I love them. I can watch them all day. They're exciting. I don't care that they're in Arizona. Stop blaming the cities. You're not running your fucking league right. Sorry, I'm not like 100% flipping out about this. It's just 6:30 in the fucking morning. Trying to knock this out before I get the kids ready for their days here. Yeah. What kind of fucking world are you trashing Atlanta? Atlanta has some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. It's got great food. Other than the traffic, it's fucking amazing. And Houston, it's an American city. You shouldn't be trashing it. I'm kidding. Houston has Joel Osteen. Houston won back-to-back fattest cities in America, which is a dynasty because it's so hard. It's really hard to do that. I think it's like political, right? Let me just see. When was their dynasty? I want to say it was in the 2000s. Because, see, the Cowboys had a dynasty in the 90s, as did the Yankees. And then Houston had a dynasty with fat people. Let's see here. Fattest city in America year by year. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay, fattest cities in America. 2021 fattest city in America. Fattest cities. They won't go year by year. Well, let's see who's got it this year. Let's see who's taken the title. Okay, according to this thing, McAllen, Texas. Never even heard of that place. Memphis, Tennessee. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I did some acting work there, man. It's hard to buy anything that isn't fried. That's a tough city to be in. Little Rock, Arkansas. These are all the non-vaccine cities. Jesus Christ, people. I hope you're wearing masks. Shreveport, Louisiana. Birmingham, Alabama. Jackson, Mississippi. Mobile, Alabama. Lafayette, Louisiana. Louisiana coming in strong. Baton Rouge, Shreveport, Lafayette. Knoxville, Tennessee. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Augusta, Georgia. Greenville, South Carolina. Fayetteville, Arkansas. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Oh, you hate to see it. Bunch of fatties walking around in bathing suits. San Antonio, Texas. Wichita, Kansas. New Orleans, Louisiana. Nashville, Tennessee. So you got to say Louisiana's the fattest fucking state out there. Tennessee, all their big cities. Memphis, Chattanooga, Nashville. McAllen also has the highest share of physically inactive adults, 36.90%. Well, how about a hats off that they were active enough to take that survey, which is 2.2 times higher than Provo, Orem, Utah, the metro area with the lowest at 16.5% of the people are active. El Paso, Texas has the highest share of diabetic adults. Oh, God, you don't want that. Which is 2.3 times higher than in Denver, the metro area with the lowest. Oh, yeah, they're out there fucking whitewater rafting there. So anyway, I got to watch a little bit of the Atlanta-Houston game, and Atlanta won the first game 6-2. Houston assholes won 7-2. And I'm calling them the Astros because as a Patriots fan, to watch them do what they did, and I haven't even heard it brought up yet. This isn't them trying to redeem the fact that they got busted with their pants down, cheating their fucking asses off, banging on that trash can. Nothing. I was watching the game last night, right? And Altuve hits a fucking home run. The announcer goes, that's his 22nd home run. His 22nd home run in postseason play. And he's like, 14 of those were at home. Oh, yeah, where they had the fucking trash can and he knew a changeup was coming? Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. And I got, as a Pats fan, to still listen to people talk to me about Deflategate, which went to court and was laughed at. Wasn't even laughed at in court. The guy got fucking upset about it, saying, stop wasting my time. Fucking unbelievable. We have a drug addict with a dead mistress, hires a scientist who isn't one to come up with some boss hog Dukes of Hazzard shit, and it sticks. It fucking sticks. These motherfuckers go to Home Depot, buy some trash cans. They get fucking busted doing it. Was it fucking 2 years later? Three fucking 4 years later. It's amazing. This guy's been unbelievably successful. I told you I saw the same thing with fucking A-Rod when he played with the Yankees. Guy gets busted doing steroids, and everybody's, fuck this guy. Guy's terrible for baseball, blah, 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 all this fucking shit. Then the guy hits his 600th home run. Same fucking newspapers. Where do we put him historically? The greatest shortstop, third baseman of all fucking time a couple of years later. I don't know. Unreal. But I can tell you this. It's a fucking great series. It's predicting that's going to go 6 to 7 games. And I've always said this thing, because I look at Houston like, okay, they cheated. But then again, my Red Sox and the New York Yankees had $200 million roided up free agent teams. Okay? And we won a bunch of them doing that. So I'm not going to fucking sit there and say that. However, I'm not going to act like we're all fucking innocent here. But I mean, I'm just beside myself that you can come back and then that is not the story. Hey, can the Houston Astros win a legit one without going down to the hardware store? Can they do that? And the fact if they win this thing, will people be like, well, how did they win it? Do we need to investigate them again? Make sure they didn't have a camera out in the outfield wall? No, doesn't count. Doesn't fucking count. It's a cheat meal for old Houston. So, anyway, so I'm watching this series, right? And I remember earlier this year, I was talking about Dusty Baker and saying what a great manager he was. And then everybody called in, oh yeah, if you want to fucking get you to the playoffs and not fucking win, all these fucking losers who never did shit with their lives start coming at me. And I'm like, so you're telling me this guy has been managing baseball teams for the better part of fucking 40 years and somehow Major League Baseball's getting it wrong, but you, who never got picked in gym class, know the real deal on Dusty Baker? So there's part of me that I want Houston to win. Also for their fans, so they could say, well, we did get a legit one. But then there's the Braves. You look at the Braves. The Braves have been to the Winter Classic. Okay, they've been there 5 fucking times. They've only won once. They have an 11-18 record. They actually lost in 95. No, they won in 95. Then they lost in 96. They lost in 99. That's 95, 96, 99. Because the Indians lost in 97. Padres lost in 98. Mets lost in 2000. Yankees lost in 2001. Wait, who the fuck did the Angels beat? I can't remember. Jesus Christ, that's a long fucking time ago. Anyway, so their fans are fucking tortured. And who knew? The fucking Astros have been there 3 times. They lost in 05 to the fucking Chicago White Sox, which I thought really took the shine off the Red Sox finally ending their curse at the very next year, the White Sox. And the White Sox win it. So I guess this is what's happening now. They sort of stole our thunder. You know what I mean? That's like I remember when the last episode of, Seinfeld was coming out, and then the same week Frank Sinatra died. That's just one of those things like, oh, man. Why couldn't have Frank died the week before, the week after? I mean, those are two huge things. You know, they both deserve their attention. Houston also played a 7-game series in 2019, losing the decisive Game 7 to the Washington Nationals, formerly the Montreal Expos. Anyway, so I'm going to watch that series. If you want to jump in, okay, Game 3 Friday, Game 4 Saturday, Game 5 Sunday. You can have a nice fucking baseball weekend, you know, and maybe send a message out there to the Major League Baseball that, you know, you don't need these Ocean 11s teams like they have in fucking NBA's the same way. With David Stern, right? That slippery little so-and-so. When they asked him who his dream NBA final was, he said the Lakers versus the Lakers because he didn't give a fuck about the league. He gave a fuck about money and ratings. That's all he gave a fuck about. But I'm sure it was all on the up and up when the fucking commissioner of your league not only would pick two teams that he thought would be the best, he picks the same one twice. Probably not a good look, especially when you get busted having a mobbed up referee helping said team get to the fucking NBA finals and win another one. Oh, I am on a fucking tear here. Speaking of the Arizona Cardinals, everybody, they are playing the Green Bay Packers on Thursday night. Cardinals have not lost yet this year, so of course I'm rooting for them to go undefeated because my team's in the AFC East, and I'm so sick of the stupid Dolphins every year clinking their glasses, celebrating kids losing and not getting to feel the feeling that they did, which I really just think is just, I don't know, there's just something about it that's just annoying. And not the fact that nowadays these kids got to do it, 16, 17 times. That's just to get out of the regular season. Dolphins had to go 17-0 to win the whole fucking thing. So, I don't know. Sort of poor sportsmanship, if you ask me. It's cunty is what it is. It's very chick energy, estrogen. You know what I mean? Cheering on the misery of somebody else. Or German, from what I am. Schadenfreude. But I think this is the Green Bay Packers season. Their season turns around or they're just going to fucking level off if they lose. Okay? Because the Arizona Cardinals, who would have thought, are the big boys in the NFC conference, right? Well, the C does stand for conference, Phil. In the NFC. In the AFC conference. Yeah, you say AFC East. The entire NFC, that's what the fuck I'm trying to say. So if the Green Bay Packers beat the Cardinals, they'd be like, you know what, man? Hey, man, like, I know we're in fucking Wisconsin, man, and everybody's up here eating cheese, but just know that, man, we can hang with anybody in this league, man. Or they lose. And then once again, it's on Aaron Rodgers to take that mom and pop store that is the Green Bay Packers, put it on his shoulders, and take it to the fucking promised land. Anyway, I'm supposed to be doing these fucking reads here. Oh, here it is, everybody. Indochino. Share a story of the time you felt confident with the look you put together. I haven't felt confident in the way I looked in over a year, but I'm losing this fucking weight, and I'll tell you right now, when I do, I'm going down there, and I'm going to buy one of those Indochino suits, and I'm going to start wearing a fucking suit on stage, just for the fuck of it. Because you can get a suit for $3.99 from Indochino. Describe the occasion, the outfit, and how you felt. Let's see. The last time I wore a suit, I think on my anniversary, I couldn't fit in any of my suits. Because I got all my suits tailored when I was at my fighting weight. As Dave Koechner says when he's Bob Pogo, my fighting weight on F is for Family. Final season coming out. I don't know when. They haven't told me yet. The right outfit can bring out something special in us. And with Indochino, creating your best look yet could be more affordable than you think. You know what's fucking awesome about them? I went by the other day on Melrose Avenue. They have their own store, and I looked at the patterns and the fabrics, and they have like those updated like fucking suits that I saw in the 70s, with some sort of crazier patterns. Get a 3-piece suit like that, a nice muted colored shirt right underneath it, coming in, right? Dick hanging to the left, coming in, talking to the ladies. And you think you're a fucking weatherman? You know, there's weatherman groupies out there, everybody. I'm making all that up, except for the store. Indochino offers completely custom-fitted suits, shirts, casual wear, and more at surprisingly affordable prices. Every piece is made to your exact measurement, and you can customize every detail. Choose everything about your suit from the fabric, lapel, monogram, and statement linings. You can create a suit that fits you and your style perfectly. The best part of waking up is putting on this suit. Indochino suits start at just $3.99 with all customizations included. I always picture what's-his-face, Conor McGregor, when he would have his fucking suits that fit him perfectly. You can do it for only $3.99, and you don't have to learn how to choke somebody out. Indochino is the poor man's Conor McGregor suit. Indochino is now open at select Nordstrom stores, giving you even more ways to get great-fitting, personalized clothing. Find your nearest location at Indochino.com. INDOCHINO.com. Right now, you can get $50 off any purchase at $3.99 or more using code BURR at checkout. That's $50 off a purchase of $3.99 and more at Indochino, INDOCHINO.com. Promo code BURR. Simply Safe, everybody. You know, there's big news from my favorite home security company. Simply Safe just launched their new wireless outdoor security camera. That's right, Simply Safe, the system that U.S. News and World Report names best home security system of 2021 just got better. The brand new outdoor security camera is engineered with all the advanced technology and security features you want and need to help keep you and your family safe. I'm getting one of these fucking things. I'm getting one of these things. You know why? Because I saw some raccoon paw prints right next to my trash can, and I want to see what goes down when I go to bed. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine if you watch it and there's some fucking guy out there jerking off near your trash cans? It is an ultra-wide, 140-degree field of view so you can keep watch over your entire yard. It has a 1080p or 1080p, I don't know how to say that, HD resolution with an 8x zoom. That means you can zoom in on that varmint and see what it's thinking. Look right in its eyes. That means you can zoom in and clearly see things like faces, license plates to capture critical evidence. It has a built-in spotlight with color night vision. It's like you're in the fucking army. You can keep an eye on what's going on day and night. It's super simple to set up and usually just takes minutes. And it has an easy-to-remove rechargeable battery, so it doesn't need an outlet and can go anywhere on your property. The camera has it all, and it integrates with your Simply Safe home security system, extending its protection to the outside. Together, it means every door, every window are protected, and now your property will be too. To learn more about the exciting new Simply Safe wireless outdoor camera with 8x zoom capabilities, visit simplysafe.com/burr. Once more, that's Simply Safe. Oh, what's more, Simply Safe is celebrating this new camera by offering 20% off your entire new system and your first month of monitoring service free when you enroll in interactive monitoring. Is there anything worse than when somebody breaks into your fucking apartment, which happened to me, and the cops are like, well, you know, we don't have any fingerprints. There's really nothing we can do, right? You got a camera. You zoom in eight times. Bam, 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 bam. Right there. That's his fucking face. Go get him. Again, that's Simply Safe. SIMPLISAFE.com/burn. Not all of them work. All right, Romans, everybody. Romans. All right? The first people that took over the world. Romans. All right? When the moment up for some history buff. Actually, that's not true. The Huns came down and just... Actually, Marco Polo, you know, in India, Romans, the Persian Empire. If you read up on ancient medieval history, Romans When the moment for intimacy arrives, you need to be ready. Roman ready. Whether you've been in a relationship for years or just getting started, having the confidence that comes from preparation means you're free to enjoy the moment when the moment comes. Even though you are far from ordinary, the truth is that ED is really common. In fact, 52% of guys aged 40 to 70 experience some form of erectile dysfunction. Well, 70? Jesus Christ, I would think so. Go to GetRoman.com/Burr now to speak to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional about erectile dysfunction and get $15 off your first month of treatment. You know Bill Clinton's going down to get this shit. ED is more common than most people think. In fact, 52% of men between the ages of 40 and 70 will experience some form of ED. Roman's system is completely confidential and totally discreet. No big logos or labels on packages. With Roman, you can get a free online evaluation. Yup, it's not going up. And online ongoing care for erectile dysfunction, all from the comfort and privacy of your home. A U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan. If medication is appropriate, it ships to you free with 2-day shipping. The whole process is straightforward, convenient, and discreet. Getting started is simple. Just go to GetRoman.com/Burr and complete an online visit. Take care of your ED without leaving your home. Complete an online visit today to connect with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional and take care of it. Go to GetRoman.com/Burr today. And if you're prescribed, get $15 off your first month of ED treatment. You're saving money, and your dick is saluting the flag again. I mean, what more do you want? Make sure you're ready to have confidence and control this fall. Roman ready. By the way, speaking of which, I have a weekend coming up when I'm in two of my favorite cities, Detroit, Michigan, and I am in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. All right? I mean, I can't even tell you how fucking excited when I go to those fucking cities, the places to eat, the people. I just love those places, and it's very exciting to see Detroit slowly but surely coming back. To have all of those cities go through what the fuck they went through. The whole Rust Belt was just a fucking shame. And that's something I always wondered, what it would have been like to have caught those cities before the Rust Belt, when they were these great cities, thriving cities, and people could get jobs and those factories and all of that shit. Granted, I know they all polluted the environment and stuff, but, they're still polluting the environment. They're just in a different country now, those factories. But that always fascinates me when we used to make shit here. And how you could be in high school and not even have to go to college, and you could go down the street and get a job at one of these giant factories that were so fucking big you could work there for 40 or 50 years and never even see an employee that also worked there for 50 years at the same time until you both got your gold watches, and you made cars or whatever the hell you did. And, you could have yourself a house, you could have a stay-at-home wife, raise your kids. If you take all the racism out of it, I mean, that's a hell of an America. Hang on a second. Anyway, so it's great seeing them come back. Pittsburgh, I swear to God. I'll name you right now that I talked about the fattest cities in America, cities I could live in. I could live in Pittsburgh. I could live in Milwaukee. Chattanooga, Tennessee, I loved. Chattanooga, the charm of Nashville without all the people. Milwaukee, the charm of Chicago without all the people. Pittsburgh, San Francisco, without all those fucking, those guys, not Borscht Belt, what do you call those fucking computer nerds who ruined that city? Pittsburgh is San Francisco without all those Silicon Valley fucking cunts driving all the prices up. Those are my top three. Top three right there. And then when I really, really, really am down on human beings and just being around other human beings, Deadwood, South Dakota. I could live out. Is that in South Dakota or North Dakota? I always forget. Or I could live in. I went to this place one time. I did a gig in Montana. What the fuck was it? Butte, Montana. Montana cities. Let's see. What do we got here? It wasn't Helena. I think it might have been Bozeman, or was it Billings? One of those ones. Just go up there and be one of those weird white people that doesn't talk to his neighbors. I really, every once in a while, I feel like I could be that guy. But then I think, I'd miss all my stand-up friends. There's a great burrito around the corner. You get scared. I mean, that's a commitment. I mean, anybody can be born in the middle of nowhere and fucking stay out there. Or be born in a city and stay in a city. But it takes a fucking lot to be in a city and then go move to the middle of nowhere. Or the other way around, come to the big city. Everybody's talking about it. Which, by the way, I finally saw that movie, Urban Cowboy. And I had no idea how fucking dark and creepy and all that shit. First time I tried to watch it, I couldn't get through it. But I was also really scatterbrained. All right, everybody. Before we end the podcast, we have a wonderful new addition to the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. It's the BetMGM segment where me and the great Paul Verzi, the star of I'll Say This on Comedy Central, one of the great stand-up specials of the last few years. We're battling each other, going head-to-head to see who has the... who can pick all these NFL games against the spread. And here we are. This is us talking about last week's picks and who we like this week. Enjoy.
So welcome back for week 8 of our MGM NFL preview. That's right, the BetMGM week preview. Okay, as you guys know, we've teamed up with BetMGM and we are having an absolute blast. We're using the BetMGM lines, which are the best lines. Okay, to make all of our picks, and we'll have special offers for all our listeners this week if you haven't signed up yet. Okay, what have you been waiting for? A big splashy number to make your first bet. We've got the perfect offer for you. Sign up and use bonus code BURR. That's BURR, and you could place your first bet risk-free up to a stack. That's right, $1,000. If you lose your wager, you'll get your stack back up to $1,000 in free bets. Just sign up with the BetMGM and make sure you use bonus code BURR. That's BURR, and get your $1,000 risk-free bet today. Here's the thing, Bill and I both went 3-1, and we almost.
You know, bad. I was hoping I was going to go 4-0. I was 3-0.
I know.
3-0, and I was like, if Verzi goes 3-1 and loses a game, I'm going to have his heart.
No,
that would have been demoralizing.
Dude, we both went 3-1, and we almost made these people win money with our Monday night special. I got excited about it, actually. It made me into the game. We had Winston threw a touchdown. Not only did Winston throw a touchdown, he threw it to Kamara, which knocked out 2 of our 3 bets in one play. And I'm going, here we go. Let's cover. And they missed it by 3 points. But, nothing is worse.
So let's not brag about almost making a money, Paul. Let's brag about it when it happens.
I know. I was rooting for them, though. I was rooting for them, man. Is anything worse than being 3-0 and losing the last one? That happened to me, too.
Winning a fucking bet and the assholes going to the prevent so you lose your bet. So you're actually fucking right, but they decide to not play football for the last 2 minutes. Oh, don't get me started, Paul. I'll choke this fucking microphone.
That's the worst. So I hit up Andrew, and I go, Andrew, I'm 3-1. What's Bill? And he said, you were doing the same thing. So we keep asking him. And then he goes, Bill's 3-1. So then I hit up Bill and I go, we both went 3-1. And Bill goes, oh, the game's not over. And I go, what game? And he goes, the game that's going on now. And I go, no, the game's still on. And he goes, why'd you say I lost already? And I go, oh,
because he jinxed me, Paul. That's what you do.
You had this.
You compliment the fucking bookie. No. You give him a shout out. Paul, I mean, we're still friends, right?
Good week of football, Bill. And you know what?
Paul, you're still in the lead. You gotta have like what, 3 games on me. I did horrible in September.
I think I got 1 game, and then you got that tie. That tie. So I don't know.
You're only a game up. I think you're at least 2 games. You got to be at least 2. You had a lot of 3-1s when I went 1-3.
In the last month,
and even the week you went 0-4, I only went 2-2. So I picked up 2 games. Well, maybe that picked up 2 games is big.
No, 2 games. I went. In the last 4 weeks, I went 3-1 3 times, but that 0-4 takes me. I'm 14-14. I know that. I don't know what you are. I think it's a game difference. I think
I'm definitely below 500. I'm on the hot seat, Paul. I got my house up for sale if I'm coaching the fucking Mets right now.
Well, here we go, Bill. It is week 8, which is an even number, which means it is your turn to pick. You go.
All right.
First.
I don't know why I'm going to pick this game. I don't know why this game is the way this game is. I feel like this is one of these games that you go like, why the fuck? This looks like easy money. Even though Russell Wilson is not playing, they're giving 3.5 to the hapless Jacksonville Jaguars, who I think won their Super Bowl by winning last week. They're in Seattle. They got the 12th man. The Lumberjacks are coming out of the hills. They're going to be deafening. I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks. Laying 3.5 to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars with their Ken Doll quarterback there.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to pick a game that I don't know.
What the fuck was that?
What?
You just made it sound like that was the stupid move ever.
I don't. You want me to give you advice? I mean, we're not giving each other advice. I don't like that pick. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to tell you that. You're my friend. I don't like the pick because I think Geno Smith stinks, and I think Seattle stinks. And Sneaky Pete's finito. I think Sneaky Pete's leaving soon. That's my little fucking side.
Well, then take the Jaguars. You can sit there and judge my fucking picks in front of everybody, you son of a bitch.
You brought that out of me. I tried to mind my business.
No, I did not bring that out of you. You just went like, all right. You fucking competitive son of a bitch. No, I swear to God, you're trying, Paul, you're trying to put the hex on all my picks.
No, man. You got
Do I
me
give
all
you
wrong.
shit when you fucking pick a team laying 25?
You got me all wrong.
Can't even make eye contact with me. Look at you.
No, Devontae Adams
fucking
is out.
rat bastard.
Devontae
Who are you
Adams
picking, Paul?
I don't know, man. I think I'm going to pick the Packers to give the Cardinals their first loss Thursday night. But Devontae Adams is out. But Aaron Rodgers, there's something about him that when he's a dog and he's a road dog, I like him. You know what? I'm going to take, but we got to make sure these BetMGM lines aren't moving. You got it at 6.5. I'm going to take it at 6.5. I'm taking the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers, giving Kyler Murray and those unbelievably undefeated Cardinals their first L. I'm going with Rodgers. I'm taking the Packers Thursday night.
You really going to do that? All right. I got my next pick is I am going to take Joe Burrow. He's been making me money. He's going into the Meadowlands, which I don't even know Paul, is that even a professional football arena anymore, the way the Jets and Giants have been playing lately? The Giants held it up for years. Now I don't know what happened. They caught COVID from the Jets. I'm going to take the Bengals, Paul, laying 10.5.
Oof. This is a different year for you, man. You're taking more points this year. I love it. I'm rubbing
You don't,
off.
Paul. You shit on all of my bets. I can feel it.
No. I just, you know what? Should we go? Here's the thing.
The Jets fucking stink. They just let the Patriots put like 50 fucking points on them.
Bills beat me in the head-to-heads, Andrew, which means if we tie, he wins. So if we tie,
oh, by the way, I beat you in another head-to-head. That's 3-0. Can I talk shit about that yet?
I just
3
said
times, Paul. You go up against me and you lose, and here you are judging my bets in front of our wonderful audience. Paul, I'm telling you, dude, your arrogance just knows no limits. Dude, I got a feeling I'm going to go 0-4 this week. I'm not even lying to you. Like I can't see them. It's like when you're playing pool sometimes. I can't see the angles, Paul.
I hate this week, too. I can't see it either, dude. I really can't. You know, the Bucks have been crushing. Why is the Bucks line so low against the Saints? That one's fucking with me. Why are the Bucks only favored by 5.5?
Because it's a divisional rivalry, Paul. I was
know.
looking at that game, and the Saints are at home, and they're getting 5.5. Personally, I either take the Saints or I stay away from that game.
Oh, I'm going to do it, Bill. I'm going to do it. Oh, dude, I didn't want to do it, but it just hit me. I'm going to do it.
Who?
I'm just going to rip off the Band-Aid. I'm taking my Giants getting 10 in Kansas City. I got to do it.
I got to tell you, Paul, I stayed away from that game because I don't like Kansas City's defense.
Kansas City fucking stinks. And Saquon
How do
Barkley-
they stink? They've gone to the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. They retain their team. What is going on in Kansas City?
Their defensive backs, their defense stinks, and I don't know. I'm going to take my Giants getting 10 on the road. I'm starting the game 10-0 with my heart. Let's do it.
Betting with your heart, Paul. That's a dangerous thing. That is the gambling equivalent of dating a stripper. All right. I got one. My divisional rivalry theory. Those games usually are close. The Bills are getting 13.5 playing the Buffalo Bills, and I don't know why. I don't know why those fucking dirty fish. I'm going to take the Dolphins getting 13.5.
Okay.
Now, wait a minute. Are you fucking with my bet again?
No. I'm reading.
Or you're looking at other shit?
No, I'm looking.
Paul, I am so not confident about my things here. I actually need my bets this week. I need you. Dude, that was the third one. I just go, I'm taking the Dolphins getting 13.5. And you just go, okay. The fuck is that?
That was me looking at. I'm looking at my bet. I'm sorry.
Oh, this isn't good for you, Paul. And this could go either way. When the man is looking at the fucking bets right before you, it's not good.
I feel horrible this week. I mean, I feel dread. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if I'm not seeing it. All right. So you're taking the points, is what you're saying.
I'm taking the points.
You're taking the points with the fish. I'm gonna
It's not
go.
a fish. It's a mammal. No one cares. Why didn't they go with the Sharks? The Sharks was open back. The Miami Sharks.
This is
probably
bad.
for tourism.
I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers getting 3.5 on the road to the Cleveland Browns. I
like that pick. Is Baker Mayfield playing?
No.
I like that pick. Big Ben going into Cleveland. I mean, he probably has a fucking timeshare up there. He does so well. His whole career, he's owned those guys. I don't know if he's going to yell it afterwards like Aaron Rodgers, but I like that pick.
All right.
Bastard. All right. I don't know why, Paul. I lost money last week betting against the Colts, but I feel like the Colts, I don't know. I'm still not believing it. Tennessee Titans, they got that Derrick Henry. I mean, that guy's a problem. He's a problem in the first half. He runs in the first half the way, running backs having a big day running the second half. I'm going to take the Tennessee Titans getting 1 point in the house that piece of shit Jim Irsay lives in.
I love that bet.
Indianapolis.
I love that
I believe in Mike Vrabel. I think he's a better coach. And I don't know. I'm putting money on who the fuck's their quarterback? Wayman Tisdale? What's the guy's name? What's that quarterback's name?
Gun to my head, I would say that's going to happen. I love that pick. So good for you. That should be a W in my book. Now, here you go. You ready for this one? This might be the biggest disaster. This might be a worse disaster
quarterback
than my
named
other
Alex?
one. What's that?
Who's the Titans quarterback?
The Titans quarterback
Begins with
is
an A.
Ryan Tannebaum.
Ryan Tannehill.
Oh, Tannehill.
Tannehill, that's it.
Tannenbaum. All right. So
Well, maybe he does something this week against the Colts so we remember his fucking name. How about that, Paul?
I am going to do something stupid, man. This might be the worst week ever. I'm taking the Detroit Lions at home, getting 3.5 to get their first win of the year. They're fucking 0-7. I'm taking the Cardinals to get their first loss and the fucking Lions to get their first win. There you go.
Dude, that is such a huge game for the Packers. That is such a huge game.
Yeah.
If they go in there, Paul, and they get their fucking asses handed to them, I feel like, their season is over. As far as being a fan, not saying they're not going to make the playoffs, but just as a fan, you got to be thinking like, all right, we're not up to speed here.
I think that's a good
They got to
point.
win it. I think they go in there, Paul. I think they're going to be really focused.
Aaron Rodgers is going to win that game. Aaron Rodgers is going to win that game. Or I like the points either way.
Gun to my head, I got Arizona, man. I just think Kyler Murray is going to be like, I'm going to show you who the new MVP of the league is. You're coming into my house, the jobbingcenter.com arena, the worst fucking name ever. All right. Anyways, that's our picks for this week, Paul. I want to know how much. I thought you were at least 2 games ahead of me.
Wait, Monday night special. What are we going to do?
Let the Monday night special.
Monday night
With
special.
some money for our listeners.
Oh, Monday night special is my Giants and Chiefs. How are we going to do that?
All right. Well, we're going to do it, Paul. You're going to leave you. For once, you're going to think about the listeners, Paul. Think about their hard-earned money instead of your fucking red, blue, and white heart. All right. What are we betting on here?
Are we taking the points? You think the Chiefs are going to cover 10?
I do.
You do. All right.
I mean, I hate this game.
I mean, if you do, you could pick that. I'll pick another bet then. You could
How has Saquon Barkley been playing?
He's back now. He was hurt.
It's not an answer. How's he playing?
Before he got hurt, he was playing great. He was back. Then he got hurt.
Oh, he got hurt again.
He got an ankle twist a couple weeks ago.
Oh, so he's not playing.
He is playing.
But he's hurt.
And Tony's playing.
Tony Dungy? Who's Tony?
It's Tony time. Oh, Kadarius Tony. It's Tony time. Florida Gator rookie. It's the shit, dude.
Well, where's he been all year?
He's fucking having an amazing game, dude.
He's having an amazing game.
11 catches, 189
This is so
yards.
fucking odd. We should not be able to pick a Monday night special when either the Patriots or Giants are playing.
You want to skip it? We could skip it. Or wait a minute,
you sound like you're talking about the Knicks. Every year you actually have me thinking that they're going to do well.
Andrew, can we do one where we don't pick the money line, where we pick like other things? Can we do like this one's going to get a touchdown, this one's going to do that?
I say the Chiefs are going to
just like we're doing every week. You can pick money line, you can pick touchdown, who to score first.
Chiefs are going to win that game, Paul.
You want to say Daniel Jones throws a touchdown?
How about he falls down on the 12-yard line? How about he got the first down and then he fumbles the ball? Can I bet on that? Where's he from? He's from Duke, right? He went to Duke. He got a Duke University. I think he's done fumbling and falling down. I think he's smart enough to know. He finally figured out that that's.
He is playing great.
He is playing great. All right. I say Saquon Barkley's going to get a touchdown.
I say this. You ready?
Or do you want the Florida kid?
How about this? I say Patrick Mahomes throws a pick.
Paul, you know what? You're just like, this is like, is this what you want to have happen?
No, I think Patrick Mahomes is really, really struggling.
All right, Paul, we're going to say that. We're going to say he throws a. I saw the confidence just drain out of your face. We're taking that.
All right.
This is off-track betting, Paul, on this one.
All right. So we got a
Payoff's going to be big on this one.
A Daniel Jones touchdown.
Tear up your tickets. Paul's betting on the Giants. Tear up your tickets.
He bet the horse.
Let's go. It's over. All right, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that's got to pay big.
Listen, Patrick Mahomes throws a pick. Daniel Jones throws a touchdown, and Bill likes the Chiefs to you like the Chiefs to cover 10.
Money line.
Okay. Ooh, this is going to be, people are going to be tuning in Monday, including me. It's a fun one.
Well, I'm going to be rooting for you guys, you know. I don't know why. Patriots always did well against the Chiefs.
Something's wrong. You know, when your wife is talking about you, when, you know, he's got family running around hotels fighting, he's got things going on. There's a lot of things going on internally. And when that happens, things don't work on the field. We'll see.
I don't know, Paul.
Why
Some
are
of
the
my
Chiefs
best
bad?
sets. I get in a big fight with my wife. I go out on the stage and I fucking crush it.
Yeah, but it's different. You don't have to throw fucking touchdowns. You could.
What do you mean it's different? It's what I do.
Yeah, but it's
what they do, Paul.
You vent.
What do you think they're doing? They're going to take it out on the other team.
No,
Paul,
he's
there's this new side of you now. You're like this psychologist every week.
No, he's probably. Like,
This guy went out to a Hooters. He's weighed down with the wings and the blue cheese. But I can't knock it. I mean, you're up by a couple of games. I mean,
no, man.
Dr. Paul, I like this.
If my wife was doing that, it would be good on stage, not playing in a professional game. I'd be thinking about it in the huddle. Like, all right, listen, man, we're gonna turn that in his mind.
No, you wouldn't.
She fucking did that.
Paul, you wouldn't.
No,
Wait, what are we talking about? What happened?
No, there's a lot of shit going on in the Chiefs outside.
How do you know? How do you know? Where you getting this scuttlebutt?
That's what I heard. I was trying to figure out what's going on with the Chiefs, and I was like, the Chiefs stink. And somebody goes, yeah, dude, you hear about it? And I don't want to talk about the guy's family, but you hear about the guy's dad in a hotel. And I was just like, all right, I don't, seems like there's a lot of shit going on over there. So, that was kind of my.
I bet if you went around the league, there's a lot of shit going on in a lot of, these are fucking.
True. That's true. I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong.
Okay. But let's hope there's nothing going on in the Chiefs locker room. They're just a little out of step with each other.
Why are the Chiefs why are the Chiefs, like you said, go from that good to this bad very quickly?
I don't know, Paul. Why did you buy those red, gray, and fucking white Nikes? Just because it had Jordan's silhouette floating on it? Do you really like those?
Those are fucking Katrina's threes.
Oh, those look like the Ohio State ones.
No,
they bug me every week looking at that.
No, don't say that. I don't like
those fucking loudmouth Ohio State fans.
Look at the black.
I like those ones. Those ones are nice.
So that's what we got. We got Mahomes' pick. We got the Chiefs on the money line, and we got Daniel Jones throwing a touchdown.
Dude, Mahomes' pick, dude. That is a fucking.
That's got to be good odds. Like, that's got to be good money, though, right?
Of course it is. We're betting the long shot. I bet it happens.
Giants D starting to play better. We'll see.
Paul, if you're right about that, if he throws a pick, I'm going to sing Connie Francis's I'm Sorry to you next week on the pot during this.
What would you do if he threw a pick?
I'm sorry.
What would you do if he threw a pick?
So sorry, huh?
What would you do if he threw a pick, they lost, and then in the after interview, he just goes, yeah, man, shit at home with my wife. Yeah. Like, Andrew, play that, Andrew.
He's got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff going on at home.
Shit in the hotel. You guys all heard about that. I'm sorry.
All right, let's that's it, everybody. Thank you for listening to this. I hope you guys are winning some money. We're having a great time with BetMGM, the best lines in the business.
Sign up and use bonus code BURR. And you could place your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. Okay, if you lose your wager, you get your stack back up to $1,000 in free bets.
Paul Verzi keeping his head above 500. I mean, we're in. This is like legit, Paul. Everybody thought it was a fluke in September.
Hey,
Paul Verzi's been on it.
Make no mistake, me and you, both of us. This is a true statement here. Me and you both have better records than some professional NFL analysts right now. And I looked, and that's.
And they bet the money line. They're just picking winners.
We're doing good.
We should be on TV. All right, that's it, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. Have fun watching pro football. We'll see you.
You have to be 21 years of age or older to wager in Arizona, Colorado, D.C., Iowa, Indianapolis, Michigan, Minnesota, New Jersey, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, or Wyoming only. New customer offer, paid in free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Excludes Michigan disassociated persons. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP for Arizona. 800-522-4700 for Colorado, D.C., Nevada, Wyoming, and Virginia. 800-270-7117 for confidential help, Michigan. 1-800-GAMBLER, Indianapolis, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. 1-800-BETS-OFF for Iowa. Call or text the Tennessee Red Line. 800-889-9789 for Tennessee, or call 888-777-9696 for Minnesota. Sports betting is void in Georgia, Hawaii, Ohio, and Utah, and other states were prohibited. Promotional offers not available in Nevada.
All right, everybody. Thanks again for listening. This has been the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. If you hang out, Andrew Themelis, the Greek freak, as Paul Verzi calls him. We'll pick out some interlude music here, enjoy the music, and then we have a bonus Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast to help get you through your fucking cardio or your flight across the country to one of the great fat cities here in America. Have a great weekend, you cunts.
going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, October 28th, 2013. 3 days before Halloween, everybody. The little bastards are coming. You know? They're all going to come walking up to the door. Do you know the lovely Nia has canceled Halloween for this year? She was so fucking mad after last year. We went all out, and I got the full-size candy bars, right? Because I wanted to be that house. The fucking good shit house. Dude, you got to go up the hill. Yeah, they got the full-size ones. You know, like people would actually say anything. The good people would. The future banker kids, they wouldn't say shit, you know? They'd sit there with their little fucking Fisher-Price pocket watch and say, nothing to see here. Then they'd probably try to go back for seconds. But anyways, yeah, I'm behind. I got to go eat a pumpkin. I got to make my traditional pumpkin bread. And you can laugh all you want. It's the shit. And if you ever had it, you'd fucking apologize to me, both verbally and in writing. That's how fucking good my pumpkin bread is. I'll put it up against any of you fucking ladies. Any of you fucking women out there? Huh? You want to go head to head with my pumpkin bread? You know what I say? You know what I say? I say fucking bring it. No, I'm joking. It's pretty fucking good though. Should be. All the goddamn vegetable oil in it. It's be fucking moist to February. But anyways, yeah, last year there was just a bunch of like high school kids walking up with barely a costume on. They have that shit-eating grin on their face. You know that fucking age when kids get into high school and they think they're smarter than adults and they think adults are morons because, we're not listening to their fucking music or whatever the hell it is because they're starting to shave. They get that fucking look on their face, which is hilarious. I don't get mad at it because I did the same thing. It's really fucking funny when you think about it that you would think that, I guess because when you look at adults, we got wrinkles on our face, we got the pot belly. They forget about the experience, the life experience that we have. Like, we're not fucking trying to do chin-ups here, sir, young man, okay? We're talking about a little business transaction here with your dumb fucking fake mustache on. I know what the fuck you're doing. You think I didn't do that at your age, you little fucking three-whiskered cunt? Get the fuck off my porch. Now, see, that's what I think we should do. I think we should still hand out the candy because Nia's done with the whole fucking thing. I don't know if you guys listen to my podcast from last year. There was some fucking guy. I don't know where what his accent was, but he wanted some candy with his kids, and this guy was like 3 years younger than me, and I just was like, really? And he was just like, yes. I'm like, really? And he's like, yes. And I didn't know what to do. I fucking choked in the moment, and I gave him candy. I should have been like, get the fuck out of here. What is your costume? Going as a fucking immigrant? That's what you are. That's like me being a redheaded douche. Why don't you give me some of your fucking baklava, whatever the fuck you make. So anyways, but I don't want to fuck over the kids. The kids are adorable. And, if they're going to get cavities, I'd like it to come from this house. If they're going to be future little fat fucks, I'd like to start right here on my front porch. So I think she's coming around. We went to the movies last night and we saw Gravity. We got to find ourselves a new kind of gravity. And that was fucking amazing. But you know what sucks? The last 5 times I've gone to go see a movie in IMAX, Nia always sets it up, and I always say, look, this is IMAX, right? This is IMAX. Yes, it's IMAX. It's IMAX. There's like IMAX, and then there's IMAX Lite, where it's the smaller screen. The only fucking time I've ever gone to a movie and I really saw it in IMAX is when I saw the Heath Ledger Batman. And that was one of those deals where I couldn't see the cunt's head in front of me, and I felt like I was going to fall off the edge of the earth. All right? That's IMAX. What I saw last night was not IMAX. That was the Bud Light of IMAX, where it is a giant screen, but to me, IMAX is all you can see is the screen in front of you. So fucking annoying. And those douchebags down there on Universal City Walk, they got like 3 IMAX ones. They got the real one, you know, the Alec Baldwin one, and then they got the Billy Baldwin and the fucking Stephen Baldwin one. And if you're not careful, when you go down there, they fucking pass you off. You know, not saying that it's not still a good experience, not saying that those aren't 2 fine actors, but it's not Alec. Patriot Act. It's not him. All right? So I was a little disappointed with that, but other than that, it was fucking great. Sandra Bullock killed it. And, Jesus Christ. And it's just the thought of it. I think I could actually, I could be at peace floating away from a station and dying that way and slowly just having the oxygen go out. As lonely as that would seem. Just the fucking, as long as I wasn't just twirling through the air, doing somersaults, and there's the earth, and there's the sun, and there's the space, and there's the earth, and there's the sun. I couldn't fucking handle that. If I was just sitting there floating, looking back at Earth and just sort of drifting away, I think that would be a pretty fucking cool way to die. What do you just gradually go to sleep? I don't know, if you're breathing in only carbon dioxide, do you get like a headache? I mean, that way, it's such a fucking peaceful way to go. If you're going to die before your time, okay? Okay, what do you have? Falling off a building? Fuck! Splat! Right? That fucking, the fucking wind in your ears, you're going down, making noise. Fucking whatever noise you'd make on the way down. Fuck that. Getting eaten. Like, I think beyond, would you rather get burned to death? Burned alive? Or get eaten by a shark? I mean, eaten alive is fucking brutal. Like, if I had to get eaten alive, I'm going with a big cat. Big cat in Africa. It's fucking over. After seeing the lion tamer there, which really, that's really just a title. Nobody tames a fucking lion. You had a good day. You're on a good run, but you know what's going to happen eventually. You know what I mean? That's like getting an honorary doctorate from a fucking school. I have an honorary doctorate from Harvard. Great. Well, you're not smarter than anybody, or you're not even as smart as anybody who went to this school. You just wrote the Macarena, or you fucking had your own sitcom. You know? And they knew that all those eggheads were going to be boring as hell when they were giving speeches on graduation day, so they brought you in. You're a fucking clown, and they give you a piece of paper. That's the same thing with lion tamers. All right? You're not taming them. Okay? You're trying to break their spirit, but at the end of the day, they're a fucking lion, and they're the king of the beast. Okay? Although some would say that the Bengal tiger could kick the shit out of a lion. I don't know about kick the shit out of him, but I don't know. But anyways, just watching that lion tamer in Vegas, like when that thing grabbed him by the throat, that dude went limp in like fucking 2 seconds. It was like when you watch the UFC. You know, when someone gets choked out, you get choked out real fucking quick. So I wouldn't want to get mauled. Like, I wouldn't want to get attacked by a bear. They're very sloppy. You know what I mean? They're very, like, rip your face off and, eat a little bit of you and then come back later after they took a nap kind of shit. I like lions, tigers, they just get right to it. They grab you by your fucking throat. In 2 seconds, that's it. You're out. You're dead. It's over. And then they, then they have a meal. I wonder if any of us taste better than the others. Like if you ate healthy, if you eat like a macrobiotic diet, if you're like grass-fed cattle, as opposed to an asshole like me smoking cigars, drinking booze, occasionally going to McDonald's. Do I taste more like, Drake's Cakes, some dried out shit? I don't know. But anyways, when you look at all those, and then the worst of all the getting eaten alive, other than a fucking Komodo dragon, which would basically bite you and then slowly follow you around for the next 3 days as the poison takes over, as you're laying there. And the thing's like 2 feet away, just staring at you, its lizard tongue flicking at the side of your face. but not eating you. You know, that's fucking horrific. Plus, you know, reptiles, they just don't have any. There's no emotion. They're heartless. They don't give a fuck. Mammals, even like a lion or something, they have some sort of understanding what the fuck it is they're doing. Just like, you know, reptiles are like the Terminator. Not even. Terminator could talk. I don't know what the fuck they are, but they freak me out. I don't like them. I really don't. I respect mammals. I don't like reptiles. There, I've made that statement, and I'm sure I'm going to get some backlash on that, and I'm prepared to go on CNN and defend myself when I go on split screen with some fucking lizard lover. But anyways, so if you're floating through space, like I could die like that. I definitely could. As long as I wasn't cold. As long as that suit held up and I was just sort of floating. That would kind of be the most, that would be the ultimate premature death. If you're going to die in your 30s, 40s or whatever, God, I still had half my life ahead of me or whatever. As long as I wasn't tumbling, if I was just sitting there floating, looking back at the planet for the last 20 years of my life, I mean, that's pretty fucking awesome. You know, me and Lance Bass up there just hanging out. I don't fucking know. I have no idea. So anyways, I am 7 days in. No, 6 days in. No booze. Shut it down. I'm getting the glow back. All right? I've been juicing. Although yesterday was a bad day, exercise day for me. I just sat on the couch all fucking day and gave a fuck. You know? Just watched sports all day and gave a shit. It was the worst. I watched that Patriots-Dolphins game with right out of the gate. My thanks to the officiating crew that worked that game. I am trying to remember the last time I've watched a game where my team got so many fucking huge calls to keep the drive going. That pass interference call on that defensive back against Gronkowski was criminal. Criminal. I believe that kept the drive alive, and we got 3 points on that one. And then they had the phantom hands to the face flag thrown 4 seconds after the play ended. Travesty. And then there was the fumble. And they said the Dolphins slapped it forward or what. I mean, that's one of those borderline, was he reaching for it or whatever. But after those other two fucking ones, we get the benefit of the doubt again. Brady got sacked. He fumbled the ball. And the ball went 10 yards back in the other direction. We got the ball back, and it was first down. Lost 15 yards, and still somehow it was first down. And we were able to come back and beat them. And I got to say, the Patriots are overachieving this year. It's really an unreal. I can't believe the record that, what are we, 6-2? Is that what it is? We lost to the Jets, and we lost to the Bengals. But, you know. I'm not like, I'm a realist. I know what's going to happen when we play the Broncos. I know what's going to happen if we played the Seahawks or if we played the Colts or even the 49ers. Look, I know Belichick is a fucking genius and that we can somehow, I don't know what, but at this point, you know, that was what was driving me fucking nuts yesterday, is they start the goddamn game and they talk about how the Patriots have injuries at all three levels on their defense. We're missing our best guy, Vince Wilfork, our defensive line best guy, plus Kelly. Our best linebacker, Mayo, is out for the season. Our best corner, Aqib Talib, they're all out. They're all fucking out. Hernandez went to fucking jail. Gronk just got back. Amendola's fucking in and out. We got nothing going on. You know? So they address that. And then the end of the game, I'm watching Hall of Fame fucking players talking about Brady's numbers and how his numbers are down and going, this is an atypical. I mean, Tom Brady with 125 yards passing. It's like you just fucking said. How about Tom Brady? Somehow we're fucking 6-2 with nobody. Fucking nobody. We got nobody. We got Gronk back, but we got fucking nobody. And we're somehow winning goddamn games. And, I don't know. So I am a realist. So despite the fact that we're 6-2, I know the hammer's coming down. I know it is. Yeah, even if we win the division and all that. I mean, I'm not delusional at all. And then after I'm dealing with that shit, I actually call up Verzi to talk about these moron fucking analysts. And Verzi, I'm going to start, he's just sprinkling his fairy dust on the New York Giants like every fucking week, right? They're 0-1, 0-2, and he's just going like, dude, I think we're going to win next week. 0-3. Dude, I think we're going to win next week. 0-4. Dude, 0-6, right? And he starts going like, dude, I think we can go on a fucking run here, and blah, 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 right? So now they've won 2 weeks in a row. Okay? And I know they're nowhere near as bad as their fucking record, but Verzi fucking yesterday did the classic Paul Verzi. Okay? I remember in when the Patriots played the Giants the first time in the Super Bowl, right before the Super Bowl starts, he goes, dude, I'm telling you, I think the Giants could surprise some people today. That's what he said. I think they could surprise some people today. He wasn't saying they are. He wasn't putting any money on it. He just threw it out there, which is perfect because if they do, he gets to be like, dude, what'd I say? And then if they didn't, he goes, well, I just said, I just had a feeling. Fucking that non-committal shit. So now he goes, the NFC fucking East is so fucking pathetic this year. The Giants started 0-6. They're now 2-6, and they're only 2 games out of first. They could actually win their division. All right? Which is classic Giants the last 7 years. It's just like the planets aligned for these guys. It is their fucking time. So what does Verzi say yesterday? He goes, dude, I'm telling you, I think they could go on a run. They could get in the playoffs, and then they could win the Super Bowl. Perfect fucking prediction. Didn't say they're gonna. Didn't put any money down. He throws it out there, so I'm guaranteeing you, if the Giants win the fucking Super Bowl, he's going to go, dude, I called it, because he threw it out there. I swear to God, it's listening to that guy predict shit. It's like watching a guy play roulette who just comes up with chips and just fucking dumps them on a bunch of different numbers. It drives me insane. And please send this clip to him. You don't even need to, because I'm going to give him shit about it today. And I actually like the Giants and that type of thing. And I think that they could go on a fucking run. And who knows if they get healthy. I mean, who knows? But I mean, I don't know. I don't see them. I don't know. The Saints, the fucking Seahawks. There's a lot of guys to get through. You know what I mean? But I mean, the reason why the NFL is great is everybody does have a fucking shot. Especially if you play in the fucking NFC East. But I don't know. I'm going to give him some shit. I'm going to tell him right now. I'm going to call that fucker today. All right? And I'm going to say, listen, I want you to put money on it right now that the Giants are going to win the fucking Super Bowl. All right? And if you don't put money down on it, then I don't want to hear a fucking word out of you. You know what's a classic Paul Verzi pick? Xander Bogaerts. I was watching that shit, just watching the guy. I heard a little hype about him. I read a little bit about him. And then I watched 2 at-bats. And I'm watching this 21-year-old kid working the count in the fucking World Series. And I'm like, this is a Verzi pick right here. He would jump on the bandwagon. Dude, I'm telling you. I think this kid could do something. Oh, is he going to be pissed at me? I'm just fucking with you, Paul. But for the love of God, just say some shit's going to happen and put some fucking money on it. Stop with your fucking, I'll tell you, I think it could rain this week. All right. Plowing ahead here. A lot of sports this fucking week, as always. I feel really bad because I've been neglecting my Bruins. I know we lost to the Devils, and I know I think we beat San Jose Craigie in a last-second shot. I've just been wrapped up watching baseball. And I got to tell you, dude, I did not miss it. Watching playoff baseball when your team is in it will take fucking 30 years off your life per game. And I know that's not a unique experience. I know Tigers fans have gone through it, and I know Cardinals fans have gone through it, certainly with us being two games apiece. And I got to tell you, it's been exciting, but I fucking hate baseball. I can't handle watching the shit. I hate that there's no fucking clock. I hate that you just can't fucking win a game easily. You can't just be up a bunch of fucking runs and everything's good. You can't just be up 4-1 and it's all good. You know, at some point, between the 6th and the 8th inning, the other team is somehow, hey, walks the first guy on base. And then it's just going to be this fucking nightmare. And then they're going to take the guy out. Some other fucking stiff is going to come in. And it's just, I have Tourette's when I watch it. I have to walk away. I have to go in the other room. I have to put the thing on mute because I'm convinced Tim McCarver hates the Red Sox and the Yankees. I learned that he hates the Yankees through Verzi. And, he's a former Cardinal. I just think he just fucking, and I'm really trying to listen objectively going, is this guy criticizing the Cardinals the way he's criticizing / predicting possible bad shit for the Red Sox? Fucking guy drives me up the goddamn wall. And he says positive shit about Ortiz and positive shit about Xander Bogaerts. And other than that, it's just gloom and doom with that guy. Drives me up the fucking wall. But I have no idea who's going to win this series. And it's been a great series so far. And two of the most bizarre endings to games. Games 3 and 4. And that obstruction thing, I'm not going to be a bitch and complain about it. I don't know what the rule is, like most baseball fans. The first time I saw the definition of it was that night. And I don't fucking know. I mean, I think it's more positive way of looking at it is probably we shouldn't have thrown the ball down to third base / we probably should have caught the ball. And I don't know how you call obstruction when you miss the first half of the collision. That would be my only part of it. But it seemed like everybody, including our own manager, said they got it right. So they got it right. The fuck you gonna do? Whatever. It's tied up. It's anybody's fucking game, and I hope we're gonna win. I mean, obviously, I want the Red Sox to win, but I really want us to win because I can tell how much Verzi wants us not to win. How much he fucking hates the Red Sox and their fucking beards and their anti-Yankee dress code. It's driving him. Like, the level that he gives a fuck makes me laugh because it reminds me of the ridiculousness of why do I care. It's like, especially with Verzi, it's like, why the fuck, dude, you got 27 championships. If we win this one, it's our 8th. What is the problem? But he, for some reason, fucking hates the Red Sox. You know, for the most part, other than 04 in the last fucking 9 years, we've done nothing but wonderful things for the Yankees. And, you know, you'd think if Chicago could find it in their hearts to thank us, you know, you'd think that a Yankee fan like Verzi could say something nice, you know, but I don't think he has it in him. I'm just fucking with him. All right, let's do a little advertising here for this week. What do we got here? What do we got? The usual. Oh, this is the one that's been blowing up, and I've been getting nothing but positive reviews, everybody. Are you a man? That probably means you got to shave, right? Unless you got that fucking kid disease where you never get any whiskers because your parents smoke too much weed or whatever the fuck, however you get that disease. Is that a technical disease? I don't know what it is. Dollar Shave Club, everybody. There's so many things in the world that irritate me. People who had no idea what the obstruction rule was and then watched it on ESPN and then start breaking it down like they went to law school. That irritates me. What else irritates me? I don't fucking know. The fact that I've been eating so well and doing great, and then I went to the movies last night, got a Kit Kat and peanut fucking M&Ms, like that wasn't enough sugar. You know? That irritates me. A bunch of stuff irritates me. Anyways, when so many things can irritate you, why would you add razors to that list? It's time to stop milking your razor blades, everybody. I know with brand name razors, you're used to paying outrageous prices and exhausting those razors until they start looking like a rusty soda can. Well, guess what? It's time to move on. Dollar Shave Club delivers amazing quality blades right to your goddamn door for just a couple of bucks a month. So you never have to think about it again. They send a pack every month so you can change your blade every week. I love these guys, and your face is going to love them too. They also have a new product called a One Wipe Charlie. One Wipe Charlie's, everybody. What is it? It's a butt wipe for men, and it's classy. You wipe your ass with your pinky hanging out. Check out the video and sign up for your raises today. Go to dollarshaveclub.com/Burr. That's dollarshaveclub.com/Burr. Or go to BillBurr.com and click on the Dollar Shave Club banner. All righty? There you go. Hulu Plus, everyone. You've probably tried Hulu.com. Well, guess what? Now it's time to try Hulu Plus. You can watch your favorite shows anytime, anywhere. Hulu Plus lets you watch thousands of hit TV shows and a selection of acclaimed movies on your television, or you can use the on your go with the smartphone or what the hell did I just say there? Or on the go with your smartphone or tablet. I was doing so well. And it all streams in HD for the best viewing experience possible. With Hulu Plus, you can watch your favorite current TV shows like Saturday Night Live, Community, and Family Guy. You could also check out exclusive content, including Hulu originals like The Awesomes, starring SNL's Seth Meyers and soon-to-be late-night talk show host Seth Meyers, and Moon Boy, starring Chris O'Dowd from Bridesmaids. Hulu Plus also offers a great selection of acclaimed films. For only $7.99 a month, you can stream as many TV shows and movies as you want, wherever you want. You can't beat that deal. Right now, you can try Hulu Plus for free for 2 weeks when you go to huluplus.com/Bill. That's a special offer for my listeners, everybody. Make sure you use huluplus.com/Bill so you can get the extended free trial and that they know that we sent you. Go to huluplus.com/Bill now or click on the Hulu Plus banner on the podcast page at BillBurr.com. There you go. Anybody watch Fast and Loud this week? I taped a bunch of episodes, and I have a new favorite car. I've always been a Ford guy, and the dude KC on the show who paints the cars, which I think is so fucking badass. I was never really into the body work. At first, I was into watching them, do the suspensions and dropping motors in and that type of thing. But over the, years of watching the shit on YouTube and watching people redoing cars and stuff, I'm really starting to get into the, knowing how to paint the car. It looks so fucking easy, but I watched Richard do it one week and he sucked at it. So I really see that there's an art to it. But anyways, that dude KC on the show had this 55 Ford Custom Line. And I think that's what, Custom Line or Custom Liner. I'd never heard of it. I was always sweating the fucking Bel Airs, thinking that Chevy was doing it right. And let me look this up here. Yeah, Custom Line. And they redid that one, and they painted it fucking all white. They took the chrome off of it. That car was the shit. And then they ended up selling it to Mark Cuban of the Dallas Mavericks. And I swear to God, if you ever get sick of that car, I'd buy it. I'd buy it off him. I don't know if I'd pay what the fuck he paid for it. I don't have that kind of money, but Jesus. Such a badass fucking car. So, anyways, I'm in town. After, I've been on the road basically this entire year. And I got a 2-week break here, and I've been really enjoying myself just hanging around the house, finally. I've gotten back into playing drums a little bit. I'm doing that Mike Johnston 10 Days to Faster Hands workout. I highly recommend it. I'm 6 days in as of today. I'm finally able to stick with it just because, when I travel, I kind of barnstorm around where it's like a different city every night. And it's really hard. You bring a practice pad and your drumsticks and trying to find a table high enough. It's a big pain in the ass. So making sure that I'm doing it this time. I'm sticking with it. And anyways, I'm getting back into all my hobbies. Believe it or not, this week I'm actually going to try to make homemade ravioli. I don't know. I'm all over the fucking map. Nia said that to me the other day. She goes, "You're all over the map. You have ADD. You can't. You play drums. You play guitar. You make pumpkin bread. You can fix cars a little bit. The outskirts, basically. I can't really fix cars. I can do a little bullshit on it. I could have fucked up my seatbelt. I got to put that in. That's a couple of bolts. I can handle that shit. Whatever. You ride motorcycles a little bit. You're all over the fucking map." And I was like, wait a minute. But I stuck with stand-up comedy. I've been doing that almost 22 years straight. She goes, yeah, well, What do you mean, yeah, well, That's the fucking thing I do. Everything else is the other shit I do. Isn't that right, Cleo? Look at her over there. She got her 2 beds stacked up on each other like a fucking double cheeseburger. Never seen anything sleep more in its life than that dog. Oh, by the way, I'm doing a benefit this Sunday. Sunday. I'm doing a benefit for pit bulls. rescued pit bulls, and it's going to be down at Largo Theater this Sunday. That would be November 2nd or 3rd. November 3rd. I'm going to be down there with a bunch of other comedians, a bunch of dog lovers. Who the hell else is on it? I can't remember. Me, Whitney Cummings, a couple other people. And I did this benefit last year, and it's a great cause. And what's even better is they bring a bunch of pit bulls down there. And it really is my favorite fucking dog. It's just the best. They get the best heads. They're fucking jacked, you know? You should see my dog's legs. It's ridiculous. Her back legs, when she goes to stretch, I've said this before. You remember that Roadrunner episode where Wile E. Coyote took that shit to make him run really fast, and he's running and he had the flames? Remember that? He took it. It was like roids for his thighs. That's what her fucking legs look like. And every morning she wakes up and I squeeze them like shaman. All right. Hey, last week I talked about the Greenpeace 30 and how they got arrested for piracy, and just like, was there any sort of thought behind, you know, if you're boarding a goddamn Russian, I don't know, drilling platform? I mean, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? So they got arrested for piracy, and I'm going to really follow this. I'm really going to follow this story to see what happens. It's just insane. Like right now, they are. First of all, it got dropped down. Let's see here. Greenpeace Arctic 30's plight highlights the inhumanity of Russian jails. All right, that's a different one. It's now a month now since the 30 Greenpeace activists arrested for attempting to board the, I'm not even going to try to say it. Why not? I'll give you a laugh. Prayazamalama fucking oil platform were transferred from police lockups to remand prisons in the Murmansk region in the Arctic Circle. That really scared the shit out of me. Like, I literally thought that they were they built these jails on the ice, but it's sort of one of the most northwest, I think it's the most northwest city in Russia. Basically, it abuts up against like Finland, Sweden, Norway, like the top of those countries. So they're kind of all the way up there in these goddamn jails. And where the hell is it here? They actually were able to they reduced the charges. So they're now, Russia drops piracy charges, cuts maximum jail term in half. Activists face up to 7 years in prison if convicted. Basically, I think they knocked it down to, I don't know, almost like hooligan behavior. It says Russia on Wednesday dropped the piracy charges against 30 people involved in a Greenpeace sorry about that. The batteries cut out on me. Speaking of Greenpeace, I was trying to make sure I used up all my other batteries before I fucking throw them out, because I don't know where the fuck to recycle them. Where the hell was I? I'll just start it over again. They dropped the piracy charges, blah, 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 blah. They face up to 7 years, down from 15 years. The charges against the activists who protested the platform last month have been changed from piracy to hooliganism, the Federal Investigative Committee said. And there's a whole Greenpeace thing if you guys want to get involved and try to help to get these knuckleheads out of jail. I don't know. Like, protesting, this is a really sad truth. Protesting is difficult enough in your own country, even if you have a democracy, because you know the cops are going to show up. You know what the deal is. And as much as you tell everybody, just remain peaceful, and then they won't club us down, somebody eventually ends up throwing a rock or doing something, or some conspiracy theorists say that the government hires somebody to go in with the protesters and throw something so then the cops can then beat them down and tear gas them. I don't know if that's fucking true, but I'd love to think it is. It's hard enough to fucking do it in your own country. I got to give it up the fucking balls those people had to try and do that. And just the situation that they're in, it reminds me of that documentary I saw on that the Ganja Queen. Did you guys ever see that? It was basically this lady that went to Bali. And according to her, she loaded a boogie board with a boogie, you know, she checked that, and that was her carry-on. And then when she got off the plane, the Bali state fucking troopers came over and said, "Hey, is that your boogie board fucking satchel?" And she goes, "Yeah, it is." And then they opened it up and there was all this weed in there. It was all this weed, man. And they don't, in Indonesia, they don't fuck around when it comes to drugs. They have a zero tolerance for it. And if you get busted with the shit, I think they put you to death is what they usually do. And they say that. I just did Tom Rhodes' podcast, and we kind of started to talk about this. And they basically, he's been to Bali, and I was like, dude, don't you get scared? And he just sort of laughed. He goes, no, I just don't bring any drugs into the country. And I'm just kind of like, well, what if just something happens? What if somebody next to you has them and just shoves them in your pocket? I know that's a ridiculous fear, but like, you know what? I mean, look, I'll go to another country, and the countries that if you kill somebody, it's punishable by death. And I can live within that because I just can be like, well, you know, I'm not going to kill anybody. I think it's because over here, if you get busted with weed, in a lot of states now it's legal. And then if you get busted, it's like no big deal. Unless, of course, you have a bunch of it and you get busted for trafficking. That's a whole other deal. But, I mean, it's not like somebody can just drop a bunch of kilos of weed on you, plant that on you, stick them in your fucking backpack. You're going to know they're there. But just the fact that you have one goddamn joint on you. Like, dude, I would walk into that country naked. I'd come in with a fucking Speedo. I'd get a colonic the week before. I would juice for a fucking month. And I would have a cattle prod and keep all other passengers away from me. And I would walk into there wearing a goddamn thong. And that's the only way. And even then I would be scared. Punishable by fucking death. Jesus Christ. So anyways, if you want to watch something really disturbing, watch this Ganja Queen, was what she was called in the papers over there. They opened up her boogie board, satchel or whatever the fuck you call it, carry-on case, and there was a bunch of weed in there. And they were like, we're going to put you to death. In the Australian, whatever, the fucking syndicate, whatever you call it, the embassy tried to get this woman out of it. And just watch that documentary. I mean, obviously, the Greenpeace 30, they're not going to get put to death, but I'm sitting here scrolling across the maps here, looking at this shit where Bali is over in India. There's Murmansk. There it is right there. Jesus Christ. Just fuck that. How the fuck is anybody going to help you? Oh, my God. That's why I always do that Amnesty International, because that is a fucking fear of mine. Just being thrown in a goddamn jail. Do you ever watch? You remember that show Arrested Abroad? Did you ever see that thing? I watched that with Nia one time, and Nia loves traveling. She goes, that made me never want to fucking go anywhere again in my life. But it was one of those things. It was always like these fucking people were trying to smuggle drugs out of the country. I mean, I'm trying to think of something that takes more balls than that. I'm sure that you guys can come up with something. But, I just being in a country where if you get caught, you're going to go into their goddamn gulag and you're not going to be able to speak the language. Talk about a man without a fucking country, and you're going to have to go in there. I mean, Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's at the height of his powers, is getting fucking ass raped in that situation. It's just, you're done. You're fucking finished. Jesus Christ. I mean, I get not working in a cubicle. They wanted to make you fucking money, but there's got to be some other talent that God gave you where you can make money that doesn't involve shoving a key of coke up your fucking ass trying to get out of Colombia. There's got to be another way to do it, right? Riding your fucking moped to the airport on unpaved roads. There has to be a better way. There's got to be a better way to do it. Anyways, let's fucking move on here. Are we far enough into the podcast here now that the thing cut out? I got to do the math here. Was it 35? Jesus, I don't fucking know. Let's read a. I think I went through everything that I wanted to talk about, didn't I? Oh yeah, I'm a little out of it here. I haven't eaten yet today because last night I ate late at night. I ate it like 1 in the morning. I think is when I finally stopped eating. Came home, had one of those fucking antipasta plates, and like fucking 1 in the morning. And I adhere by that rule that you go 12 hours after your last meal. Like if you eat at 8 o'clock at night, you eat the next day 8 in the morning. I stayed up till 1 in the morning, so I'm not eating till 1 in the afternoon. All right? That's how you become a tub of shit, right? You go to bed at 1, you wake up at 7:30 in the morning, you have to go to work, and then you eat a bacon, egg, and cheese or a fucking donut, and it's over. It's fucking over. So that's it. I tell you, I got down to like fucking $1.70. I told you I was going to get into sitting down, no shirt on shape. That's what I want to get back to. Just one more fucking time in my life. You know, they're always making these movies. You know, they're going to do it one more time. They got one coming out that I'm going to go see. That one with De Niro, Michael Douglas, and fucking Morgan Freeman, Alan Arkin. Oh, I think he's in there too. I don't know if they're all in there, but like I'm going to go see. You know, they're doing it one more time, right? That's what the fuck I'm doing with my stomach. And I'm having a hell of a time. Because if you just stop eating, you end up losing muscle. All of a sudden, I look down at my arm. I had the arms of a 7th grader, and I still had my little fucking beer belly. You know, looking like a goddamn turtle right now. So I got to do something. I got to fucking eat more meat and fucking do more. I don't know what I got to do. I probably have to get a personal trainer. I don't want to do that. If somebody holding my ankles and I'm doing sit-ups, I can't fucking do that shit. Oh, speaking of Michael Douglas, you know, I finally sat down and I watched Behind the Candelabra. You know, I'm too homophobic. I was too homophobic to watch it. And, you know, this is the thing about being homophobic. There's all different levels of it. Like that word, oh, he's homophobic. And then you get it like you think gays are going to hell and they shouldn't be married and what they're doing is unnatural. I'm not homophobic like that. I think, you know, being gay is just how you're naturally wired, so it's completely natural. And go out and fucking have at it. You know? Fuck as many as you can. Do your thing. I don't give a fuck. Get married. Have a hell of a fucking time. You know? God bless you. But I get like, I don't know what it is, in movies, when there's guys kissing each other and caressing each other, it makes me fucking uncomfortable. And then there was something about watching Michael Douglas and Matt Damon playing footsie with each other, like that fucking, I didn't want to see them in a hot tub together. I couldn't fucking watch it. I'm getting uncomfortable talking about it. But whatever, I'm being honest. So anyways, I was on the road or something. I don't know where the fuck I was at. I was back in Boston and it came on and I watched the second half of it, and I got to tell you something. It was absolutely fucking phenomenal. It was fucking hilarious. I'm gonna have Nia on here at some point and do her Michael Douglas impression. Going Scott. I can't do it as well as she can. Michael Douglas and Matt Damon killed it in that fucking movie, and I was actually rooting for Matt Damon's character. I felt bad for him. It's like, dude, you got to get out of this relationship. You're fucking up your face. You got to get off the drugs. You know? He's bringing in some younger guy. The writing's on the wall. You got to get out of here, man. Go take some night classes. You know? Do something else. What the fuck are you doing with this old man? With his sparkly fucking coats and his goddamn toupee. You know what I mean? He's using you. I got into it like that. That's how well it was done. Highly recommend that. 2 thumbs up. Behind the Candelabra. Oh, fucking homophobe Billy. He liked it. Not 100% homophobe. Well, 20% homophobe. Is that offensive to say homophobe? Am I supposed to say homophobic? There's something about abbreviating shit that makes people annoyed. Like you're not supposed to say tranny anymore. And you know what's funny? I don't even know if that's short for transvestite or transsexual. I don't understand why that's bad. That's like if your name's Mike and somebody, hey, Mikey! Is that bad? That's really offensive. My name is Michael. Thank you very much. Transvestite. Tranny! What do you say there, dick in a dress? What are you doing there, buddy? Sweetheart. You can't fucking say that, evidently. Despite if in your heart you don't think there's anything wrong. I don't give a fuck if that's what you want to do. God bless you. God bless you. Put on some fucking heels, walk down the street, and let people know what you're doing. I don't give a shit. I really don't. Just fucking don't play your music too loud. Don't trick or treat past a certain age. And I don't know what else. If you're drunk, I don't mind if you talk to me when you're drunk. Just, keep your distance. Is there anything worse than what I had somebody over the weekend. I was down at the Comedy Store and just somebody was fucking wasted. And they just, when somebody's wasted and they just come up to you. You're in the middle of a conversation. And they say, fucking barred. They become like toddlers don't give a fuck. How they have no concept of two people talking. They'll just barge in on the conversation. And they'll just, I think I used to do a bit on this. I don't even know if I ever put it on a special. I used to talk about how they were like drunks. And they would just start in the middle of the conversation, middle of a story, and let you try and figure it out. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Let's read some of this shit here. All right, is 29 too old? Hey there, Billy Bandwagon. For those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, I've been going by Bill Bandwagon, watching the Red Sox, and I got to tell you right now, I am not Bill Bandwagon anymore. After fucking aging 30 years watching all of these goddamn games, I am back to Die Hard. I'm not Die Hard. Maybe I am. Maybe I'll come back to watching baseball. We'll see. The jury is out, but Bill Bandwagon left after we lost 2 games in a row, and there was the obstruction call. He took off, and Die Hard Bill fucking hung around. All right. Anyways. First, he says, I just want to say love the podcast and your comedy specials. Well, thank you very much. He goes, my question, do you think 29 is too old to start doing stand-up? I have a decent full-time job as a paralegal and consider myself lucky to be gainfully employed. However, life in an office is miserable and it gets worse as the years pile on. I'm not quitting anytime soon, but have thought about starting to try open mics to see if I'm any good and maybe what? Maybe help me be a little more outgoing. What do you think? Is it still possible when you're damn near 30? Thanks and go fuck yourself. Dude, abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. And this is the thing. Yeah, don't quit your day job. That's what I did. I had a day job, and I was like, let me try this stand-up thing, and I started doing it, and I immediately loved it. And I just kept working on it, but I didn't leave my day job until I actually kept my day job when I could have left it. I was making enough money where I could live, but I kept my day job because I knew I was moving down to New York, and I wanted to save up some money so I could, because I knew that I wasn't going to show up in New York and oh, great, this fucking guy we don't know is here. Let's give him a bunch of stage time. I knew I was going to have to struggle. So I would absolutely 100%, if you're thinking about trying it, definitely try. Even if you just do it one time, you did it. I went skydiving one time. I ever tell you guys that story? I went skydiving one time. I did a static line jump in Pepperell, Massachusetts back in the day. And I almost had a problem. They said, sit in the door. It was sit in the door, get out, go. So you sit in the door, they open the door to the plane, you sit in the door, and then when they say get out, you put one foot, your left foot on this, almost looks like an engine mount that's above one of the wheels of this fucking plane. And then you're hanging on to the support for the wing that is above the fucking plane. You're basically like a goddamn wing walker. And then it'd be basically if you leaned up against a bar, if you put your body at a 45-degree angle and you leaned up against the bar in the upright push-up position, and then you went down like you were coming down to the floor. That's basically the position you're in. Like you're down to the floor, except it's the support to the wing. And then you have one foot on the engine, what looks like an engine mount, and then you have another foot pointed straight out behind you. Because what you're going to do, it says, sit in the door, get out, and go. When he slaps your shoulder, you let go of the fucking plane, which makes no fucking sense. And then you bring that other leg up parallel to where your other one was sitting out, and then you arc. All right? And what I did was a static line jump, so I don't have to pull the chute, but I don't have anybody with me. It's a static line jump, and as you let go, it pulls your chute. And you go arc 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, look, if nothing, look, reach, pull. I still remember that shit like it was yesterday. 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and it's look, you turn to see your parachute. To see if it's opened, if it's opened properly. But look, if nothing, look, you look down to where your reserve is, because if you don't look where it is, for some reason, you might not be able to grab it. So look, if nothing, look, reach, pull. And then you pull your reserve chute, and hopefully that thing fucking opens or you're going to bounce. So he was going, sit in the door. And I was like, what? He's going, sit in the door. I thought he said, close the door. He's going, sit. And then I found, okay, so sit in the door. So I sit in the door. And then he goes, get out. I got out. And then he said, go. And when I let go, I didn't arc. I tried to grab for something, and I started doing front flips as my chute was coming out, and I felt it going by the inside of my right leg. I felt this something touch my right thigh, and I was going, oh my God, I'm gonna get wound up in this fucking thing. And I don't know who packed that chute, but thank God it fucking came out. And then you had like a little transistor radio or some shit on your shoulder, and then they just talked you down. Right toggle, left toggle. You had to pull it all the way down to your knee. And I remember there was this fat chick in the class, and she couldn't get it around her ass, and she ended up landing across the street in a pile of loom, and she dislocated her knee. Fortunately, that did not happen for me, and it was pretty awesome. But I did it that one time, never needed to do it again. And I have the story, I have the experience. So maybe stand-up will just be that for you. Or you could have the experience that I had, where the first time I walked to the microphone, I felt like it was like an out-of-body experience, like I was watching myself do it. And it was, I found my calling in life, which is probably one of the most exciting things other than finding the person you're supposed to be with in life. So I got to tell you this, dude, if you're in your office every day and it is a miserable thing, that could mean that you don't have the right job, or you need some sort of outlet. Maybe you're working too hard, and maybe just going out and doing this one night and kind of remembering to try that going out and trying new things is a fun thing to do. Yeah, you don't have to just be 100% about your career. I think that's the thing a lot of fucking adults forget to do after a while. And you have like that thing, once you get your life down, I get up at this hour, I drive down this street, I go to work, I do the same thing every day. I'm comfortable, I know everybody, there's no new challenges, and then no one's going to make fun of me like they did on the playground and punch me in the face for having freckles, right? You can really get caught in that, and then you get in a rut. So I don't know if you're just in a rut with work or whatever, but I would definitely recommend going out and trying stand up. Believe me, dude, I'm having more fun with it than I ever had, and I'm 22 years in, and I never feel like, I've had some struggles, but you do with anything. But when I'm on stage doing it, I never feel like, I don't feel like how you feel in the office. But I'm not going to lie to you. Before I started selling tickets, you would, when it was just a fucking awful show, and there was no security and everything. But, anything worth having, if it was fucking easy, everybody would do it. So anyways, I'm getting too long-winded here. Go out and try it. All right. Next one. Dear Bill, you ruined The Hobbit. He said, I'm a big fan of the podcast and your comedy. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of looking up your comedy on YouTube and came across the clip where you took a shit on Lord of the Rings. You know what's funny? I don't even remember doing half of this shit. He said it was the scene where the Gandalf summons Shadowfax, the Lord of all horses. Oh, Jesus. And you pointed out how ridiculous that was. Oh, I remember that. I am the Lord of all horses. It's just so fucking over the top. He goes, I don't consider myself to be a big nerd, but I do love Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and all that nerd stuff. I like all of that shit. I watched The Hobbit for the first time yesterday, and every time they said something ridiculous, I pictured your ginger mug going, oh, Jesus. I was literally laughing every 30 seconds. Well, there you go then. I turned Lord of the Rings into a comedy for you. I saw a clip of one of those things where the guy just looks like and he has elf ears, and he talks to the I'm assuming a wizard. Why don't wizards ever get a haircut? Why don't they ever have take a shave? Why can't you be a clean cut wizard? Are you so busy moving fucking mountains? Somebody get him one of those little toiletry bags. The straight razor. I was watching one of those things, and I didn't remember where the fuck I was at. Was I on a plane, or was I watching TV? It's all running together at this point. My age, the days fly by so quick, you can't even remember. Did I dream that? Or did my neighbor say it? I can't even fucking remember. But I was watching one of those elf movies, and the fucking lead dude with the Karl Malden nose and the Spock ears, he found a ring. Now, for some reason, I thought the ring, the Lord of the Rings, like if you had the rings, I thought the rings were like, those magic rings that hacky magicians pull apart? I thought that they were that big. It looked like you found a wedding ring. I don't fucking know. Anyways, so he said he was laughing every 30 seconds. Where am I? He said, I hope you're happy that my enjoyment of The Hobbit was a casualty on your war on nerds. I don't have a war on nerds. I just call them out on their shit. How arrogant is that? I just try to keep them honest. I do think that they should teach nerds how to fight rather than trying to stop bullying, because you're not going to end bullying. It's like I started watching the Ultimate Fighter, where they have the women fighters now, and I'm telling, when I watch those women fight, I get like psyched for them. Going like, I hope some pervert tries to grab her ass. Like, I hope a rapist, I would never wish that on any of them, but for the love of God, the next time a rapist tries to rape a woman, like, if she has the fucking skills that the women on the Ultimate Fighter, I mean, it's just going to be a great day for humanity. You got to see that show, dude. These women, like, for the most part, they spar with men because I don't think there's enough women in the sport or whatever. So these guys are kind of half-assing it, and the women are going like, it's okay to hit me in the face. I'm just sitting there like watching the guy fighter still pulling his punches, because it just goes against everything that you were taught and everything that is just right in the world. To ball your fist up and actually swing and punch a woman is just like, I just don't think Christmas would ever be the same after that. Like, it would just be something. You just would lose something. But anyways, I mean, they like, I can tell you without a doubt, every woman on that show would beat the living shit out of me. I wouldn't have a prayer. There's nothing you can do. Once that mixed martial arts, if a woman, look, a woman boxer, you have a chance. You can outweigh her, and you can just fucking just shoot her legs and fucking put her on her back and just smother her with a pillow from the couch. Right? You got a shot. But that UFC shit, you take them to the ground, and then what? Then they're going to fucking put you in an arm bar. They're going to choke you out. It's going to be over. So, of course, me, being a guy, being a fucking pig, I of course, got to look at him in a sexual way. And I'm like going like, all right, how do you rock that girl's world in the fucking bedroom? And I don't mean the girly ones. I mean the fucking ones that are like, the one who's a champion, the heavyweight champion or whatever. Like, I don't know what her name is. But that one, I was just sitting there going, all right, what would she like in bed? She is going to go one way or the other. She is either exactly what you think she is, like the fucking Chicago Bears. They're exactly what we thought they were. We let them off the hook. She's either exactly what you think she's going to be, where she's going to be dominant and fucking holding you down / scaring the shit out of you, wondering if she's going to rip your dick off. Or I would actually bet, I don't know, if you went the other way, that she would actually be submissive. She'd be so sick of beating the shit out of guys down in the octagon that she would actually, almost like one of those fucking Wall Street guys that's calling all the shots and then it just gets so fucking sick of dominating the entire fucking planet that late at night goes to one of those S&M things and gets on a swing with one of those orange balls in his mouth. I don't fucking know. But that's the shit I think of when I watch that show. You should definitely watch The Ultimate Fighter. Dude, they had this woman. She looked like a fucking librarian. Or, this nerd. She lost. But I just thought it was fucking awesome just looking at her going like, look at that woman. Like, you would have no clue. You'd have no clue that, if you talk some shit to her, that she would just start raining elbows down on you. I think it's amazing. It's really fucking amazing. Anyways, let's get on with the. So I guess I ruined the podcast for this guy. I got to read the last paragraph here. He says, also it might be a good idea to watch the movie and record your reactions. Oh, dude, I can't sit through that shit. It's too fucking long. He goes, there's a scene where a wizard called Radagast the Brown is being chased by wargs, big wolves, riding a sleigh pulled by bunny rabbits. Dude, this movie, I would think that more like people who were into hallucinogens would actually watch this movie because that actually sounds fucking pretty amazing. He says, Gandalf goes, you can't outrun these wargs. They are vermilion wargs. The other wizard actually responds, there are... these are, and then he says in parentheses, some corny fantasy place, rabbits. I'd like to see them try. Oh, so he goes, you can't outrun these wargs. They're vermilion wargs. And he said, well, these are Lilliputian rabbits. I'd like to see them try. That's actual fucking dialogue. He goes, and then they actually zoom in on his face with a look of pseudo badass determination. You know what, dude? I think I'm going to watch that movie. I think I'll eat up like a fucking pot cookie. Maybe I'll watch it. I don't want to do that, though. I don't want to put that on YouTube. Me fucking high, giggling like a fucking schoolgirl, watching some wizard on a fucking rabbit. I don't want to do that publicly. I don't want to do that publicly. All right, Carrie Underwood. He said, she's a singer, right? And he said, I recently listened to your podcast. Or is that one of those guys with a woman name? Like that Shamar guy, whatever the fuck his name is. Does the hair products and also acts in movies, doesn't he? I can't remember what his fucking name is. He goes, I recently listened to your podcast concerning the song Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood. Very funny, by the way. You might be interested to know how she has a new song. She has a new song out that takes that theme to a completely new level. In the song Two Black Cadillacs, a woman discovers her husband is cheating on her. Apparently, the mistress didn't realize he was married because she and the wife collaborate on murdering the guy. Not just destroying his truck and humiliating him in front of a new girl, they end the guy's life. Here are a few lines from the end of the song. All right, it says, they took turns laying a rose down, threw a handful of dirt deep into the ground. He's not the only one who had a secret to hide. So I'm thinking about writing my own country song. The title might be something like Cold Dinner, Raw Knuckles. Yeah, well, that's one of those double standards that you understand why it exists. It's not like women go around killing guys all the fucking time. When it really comes to violence, guys do it more to women than the other way around. And it's one of the things that makes it, being a guy, funny. Because if a woman actually, right to the point of, getting your dick cut off by a woman, it's just considered funny. Well, dude, she cut your dick off? Other guys just think it's hilarious. We're not going to wear pink, for all the guys who got their dicks fucking sliced off and thrown in a garbage disposal. We're not. We're just going to laugh at you. whatever. You know what I really hear that? I really don't hear that as an anti-man thing. I hear somebody who's struggling to find a follow-up hit and is going back to the well, possibly one too many times. But then again, I listened to AC/DC, and they had like 3 or 4 themes that they have been doing for 40 years, and I think they sound better than ever, right? They sing about their balls, the devil, women, and electricity. And it's worked for them. So good for her. Good for her. Maybe next one will be like the guy comes back like a zombie, and she has a relationship with a zombie, and then he cheats on her. And then I don't know what she does. However you kill a fucking zombie. I'd have to watch Lord of the Rings to figure that one out. Advice on having a baby. She had a baby, man. She had a baby. Advice on having a baby. Hey, Bill, I need some advice. You're talking to me? What the fuck? I'm nowhere near that. He said, my wife and I are both 27 years old. She is a graduate from college and working. I'm getting a master's degree and will not be done for another 2.5 years. The issue is she is getting to the point where she wants to have a baby. Not now, but sometime right after I graduate. I, on the other hand, am not wanting a baby anytime soon, but by the time I graduate, I will have been in college for nearly 8 years. After I graduate, my wife and I will have a dual income of well over $100,000 a year. I grew up in a fairly poor family. I worked hard to get my schooling, so I want to enjoy the rewards. I want a nice apartment, nice things, and to travel the world. If we just start having kids, we won't be able to travel. And if we just have kids right after I graduate, I'll go from a life of stress from school to a life of stress from parenthood. But I understand my wife's concern. If we wait until we are 33 or 34 to start having kids, we could have some trouble conceiving. And if it takes us too long, she could give birth to a mentally challenged child, which does run in my family. Jesus Christ, dude, this is one of the more serious ones. I love my wife and plan on being with her the rest of my life. It's just a shame that my goals are to travel and have nice things, and her goals are to start a family. So what do you think, Bill? Any advice? That's some pretty heavy shit there. Well, I don't understand why when you're going to school right now that you guys can't save up a little bit of money and go to Aruba for a few days. You can do little mini ones. You know what I mean? I think there's a way to kind of do both. And I think if you express all your concerns to your wife and just say, look, I don't want to be that couple that just goes from school to having kids, and then once we have kids, all we do is just do the kid thing. I don't know, dude. I don't know what to tell you here. Fuck. I definitely understand. I mean, you went from a life of poverty right to a life of school, and then you're going to go right to a life of being a parent. When do you actually get to sit back and enjoy a nice flat screen TV, watching some sports, or maybe go travel in Europe or something like that? Look, dude, you could do this. You could have a kid. I don't know how close you are with, the parents on either side. I think you can have your cake and eat it. Why don't you just have a fucking kid and then also save up for a fucking epic 10-day trip somewhere through Europe, and then just make a pact with your wife and just say, listen, once every 2 years or once every whatever, I want to go on a trip, and we'll leave the kid behind or the kids behind. My parents did that. They went to Vegas, and my grandparents came to town. It was great. We ended up developing a relationship with our grandparents. It was a good thing. And it was also good socially. It was good for us as kids to have a different sort of disciplinary dynamic. Jesus Christ, I remember I tested my grandmother, too, and she broke a fucking wooden spoon. Would have been over my head, but I got my arm up and I blocked it. I kept messing. I saw her, the way we were renting this, lived in a duplex when I was a kid for a certain number of years, and the way we had it set up was it went kitchen, living room, and then dining room. So you had to walk through the living room. We kind of altered the living room and kitchen a couple of times, trying to figure out which was best. And this was just a period where there was it went kitchen, and then we had the living room, and then we were using the other room is a dining room. So anyways, there was this old shitty rug, and there was a hole in it. So my mother had put a throw rug over the hole on the floor. So I saw my grandmother walk by through the living room as she was setting the table, and she saw the throw rug was messed up. And I just heard her mumble to herself. She said, "Now, why does this keep getting messed up?" So she walked into the kitchen. That was literally my cue. She'd straighten it out, walked to the kitchen. So I said, all right, fuck. So I got off the couch and I messed it up and went over and I went back and I sat down. So then she comes walking out with the dishes or the food and she sees it again. She goes, "Now what just happened? I just straightened this out." So she straightens it out, goes in the dining room, walks back into the kitchen, and then I got up and I messed it up again. She came third time, sees it again, and she doesn't fucking say anything, which should have been a warning to me. So she straightened it out, and then she walked into the kitchen and turned the corner, and I got back up again to go mess it up. And right as I'm grabbing it to mess it up, I hear this stomp, and she took a quick step back and looked back out, and right in the middle of it, saw me messing it up, and she just had this wooden spoon in her hand and just came fucking flying at me. Like if it was an axe, I wouldn't be here, right? If it was a hatchet, I would have been dead. She came in like Billy Bob when he kills that country singer, right? Came flying at me. I just remember crouching down and putting my arm up, and it fucking snapped in half over my forearm. She had this look of anger on her face, slammed it down, snapped it over my arm, and then she just, after it snapped, she just went, "Well, that's the end of that spoon." And then she just walked back out into the kitchen, and that was it. So I think that's a good thing if they stay. If they stay with their grandparents. I think you can do both. I think as a couple, if you really sit down and you say what's important to you, and this is very easy for me to say, not having a child and having it completely consume your life. Who knows, your priorities might change or whatever. But there's also something to say, too, that if you start early, if you started now, you're 27, your kid would be 18 when you're 45, my age right now, and then you can travel 45, kids out of college, by the time you're 49, then you have your golden years, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, depending on if you eat right and you juice, you can live right up to fucking 90 and you can go see the goddamn world. But there's no reason why you can't do that right now. Even though that you're in school, there's no reason why you can't go to Puerto Rico or go to Hawaii. There's some beautiful cities up in Canada, Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal is fucking tremendous. There's all beautiful cities here in the States. There's all kinds of things that you can do, and you can do them really cheaply when you don't have any kids. Dude, literally just backpack it. Just put a backpack on, stay in fucking hostels. Who gives a fuck? Just go. I would just say go and do it. I would just, do it now. Do it now. But I think that you can do both. And I also say everybody I know who's ever had a kid has never regretted it. Never, ever regretted it. So, I think it's also important that if you do something like that to not lose yourself in all of it. All right, there. I've said my piece. All right, continuing on here. Alcohol problem. Hey, Bill, love the podcast. Watching your stand-up right now on Netflix and has me cry and laugh. Thank you. Anyways, I'm 25. I'm a 25-year-old male, and I'm starting to come to terms with the fact I have an alcohol. Oh, wait, I forgot to do the other advertising here. Hang on, sorry. Fuck. I always forget the other ones. All right, eVoice. eVoice, everybody. If you're an entrepreneur and a customer calls, do you want it to seem like you're in a high-rise, window view, fancy pants office? Or do you want them to know that you're sitting there in your underwears? With eVoice, you can create the appearance of an entire building. Sales, customer service, tech support, you name it. It's going to seem like you're sitting in a high-rise. Give your customers the royal treatment with eVoice. eVoice will forward business calls to your home, mobile, or any number you choose. Wherever you are, eVoice will find you. You don't have time to take a call? No big deal. It's routed directly to your voicemail, and you can read it at your convenience as an email. eVoice not only gives you an edge over your competitors, it takes away the edge the big companies have over you right now. And now you can try eVoice for free. For 30 days, go to eVoice.com or just go to the podcast page at BillBurr.com and click on the eVoice banner. And last but not least, Stamps.com, everybody. The post office version of Dollar Shave Club. This makes your life easier. When was the last time you heard of a post office being open 24/7? Huh? Never. They usually have limited hours. Could be closed when you get there. That's why you need Stamps.com. Gets postage. You can get postage when it's convenient for you. You're in the driver's seat. You can get it 24/7 right from your own desk. Stamps.com will save you time and the hassle of going to the post office. No more driving, finding parking, standing in the lines, all of that crap. Just use your own computer and your printer to get official U.S. postage for any letter or package, and the mailman picks it up. Can't be any easier. You'll save money with Stamps.com too. Get exact postage the instant you need it. No more overpaying. Even get a special postage discounts that you can't get at the post office. I use Stamps.com to send out my posters, my DVDs, my T-shirts, whatever crap I'm selling. I've never had a problem, and I'm a moron. So if I can do it, you can do it too. So right now, use my last name, Burr, B-U-R-R, for this special offer, no-risk trial, plus a $110 bonus offer that includes a digital scale and up to $55 free postage. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Burr, B-U-R-R. That's Stamps.com. Enter Burr. All right. Alcohol problem. Hey, Bill. I love the podcast. Anyways, I am 25-year-old male, and I'm starting to come to terms with the fact I have an alcohol problem. I drink 6 days a week and black out at least once a week. All right, well, the only saving grace you have is you're 25, so you might just be a little immature. I don't know if you're an actual alcoholic, but let me read the rest of this. He says, I drink 6 days a week, blank out at least once. The nights I get really drunk, I really regret doing it and regret my actions. Nothing serious, just phone or text conversations I have with people. I've considered going to AA, but never have gone through with it. I finally quit smoking 2 months ago, and am worried if I try to quit drinking now, I will start going crazy. I know you have always mentioned you are stupid, but I honestly agree with most of the advice you give out. Well, thank you. He said, my question is, do you think I should try and quit cold turkey, or are there any other options I can take? One of my concerns with quitting completely is that most of my friends drink and go out on weekends, and I don't want to risk losing all of my social life and seeing me friends. You got all Irish there. And seeing me friends. Appreciate the advice. All right, dude. All I can do is just tell you what has worked for me when I'm not drinking. And the first 2-3 days are brutal because all you've gone is 2-3 days, and there's definitely that feeling of, well, if I drink now, I can start over again. I'm just trying to make up 3 days. But if you can get through the first 2-3 days, once you get to the fourth day, it's like, all right, I got a nice little streak going here. Like I'm up to 6 days right now. And one of the hardest things to do is when you go out socially with people. But I found that all I have to do, because I don't know how, dude, if you're a full-on alcoholic and you have the disease, it might be harder for you. And you really should probably, I would say, talk to a recovered alcoholic. But if you're like me, all it takes is going out to the bar that first time when everybody's drinking, and you just order I try to stay away from soda and club soda because then, that shit's not good for you either. And I usually just order the cranberry juice and deal with the departed. Well, what are you on your period? Jokes that everybody does. I usually just go, I don't even do cranberry and soda. I just do cranberry juice straight up with a lime. And I just sort of nurse that. And then I just kind of drink waters. And you're actually, you just got to do that one night. And then you've kind of set up a new social experience that you're comfortable with, and you can still go out. And I got to tell you, you get a distinct advantage when you're sober and everybody else is basically getting fucked up because they're kind of, first of all, it's really entertaining to watch people just sort of roofie themselves. And you get through watching their behavior, you get to see all the dumb things that you've done. So you get to... without judging your friends, you just sort of get to be like, wow, I was doing that. And especially with alcohol, I always say judgment's the first thing to go. And I don't know. I think you also have a better chance of meeting a really nice woman if you're the sober one because you're going to come off as responsible. And also, if your friends are also hitting on her and they're all sloppy drunk, you're going to look even better yourself. So I would, if you're not feeling AA, which I understand, if you just try, what it is, I don't know. I have to replace the activity. Like this week, I decided, that I was going to stop drinking. So then what I did was I dove into playing drums, and I'm doing that Mike Johnston 10 Days to Faster Hands workout. So I just sort of replace, like at night, I just sort of like, okay, I'll go downstairs and I'll do the practice pad thing. And, I started working out. You know what it is, dude? You got to replace the time that you're drinking and doing dumb shit with shit that's also fun, but you're sober doing it. Because for me, it's like if I just don't drink and I'm just sitting around doing nothing, that's going to make me want to drink, because it's just like, well, I usually go out and drink and have fun right now. But if I'm actually doing something else, like I went out and I saw a movie last night, you fill up the time. Dude, learn how to cook. There's all kinds of, you learn a fucking second language. There's all kinds of things, dude, that basically you're in your 20s right now, and, you're trying to appeal to the opposite sex here. So, if you can add some shit to your game, you're going to move up in the draft. You're going to get a better woman here. If you're fucking bilingual, what woman doesn't like that? If you're sober and responsible, she's going to like that. Who knows? You learn to play a couple of songs on a flamenco guitar, you take her out on a fucking rowboat, you're in there. Bunch of great, nothing bad comes from becoming sober, other than you are bored shitless, but your head gets smaller because you drop all that booze weight. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. You definitely won't regret it. But like I said, if you got the disease and that thing, you're going to need more professional help, and I would actually seek out a fellow alcoholic. And then I would use AA and all of that shit. I don't know. I'm just a control freak, and I don't like people telling me what to do. So I would have to use it in a way that worked for me. I'm not going to be standing down there smoking cigarettes, eating donuts, talking to those people with their yellow fingers and shit. Like I couldn't do it that way. I got buddies of mine. They go every once in a while. They go to a meeting, like the way I go to church every once a year. They'll do it, but whatever works for you. But nothing bad ever comes from cleaning up your act. So I hope that helps you. All right? Okay. That's the podcast for this week, everybody. I'm off the road again this week. I'm definitely going to be around work. I might have a surprise show out here in LA where I'm actually going to be, working on my act possibly next week. I think there's rumors that I might be doing a full hour at a local comedy club. And because I got to make sure I'm on my game when I do D.C., New York, and Upper Derby. That's it. That's the podcast, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Here's the wrap-up. Now that the show's over, don't forget, once again, to sign up for your free trial of Hulu Plus. Hulu Plus lets you binge on thousands of hit shows anytime, anywhere, on your TV, PC, smartphone, or tablet. It's the future. It's the way to watch TV in the future right now. Okay? Support this podcast, and get an extended free trial of Hulu Plus when you go to the podcast page at BillBurr.com and click the Hulu Plus banner, or go to huluplus.com/Bill. That's huluplus.com/Bill. That is the podcast for this week. Once again, I'll be down Lago on La Cienega, just north of Beverly Boulevard. And I'm going to be doing this great benefit. I love doing benefits because I'm a piece of shit. God knows I need to work on my karma. Lord knows that. So I get to go down and help a wonderful cause that helps out, helps out pit bulls. What's better than a dog? Isn't that right, Cleo? Cleo, come over here. Come here, Cleo. She sleeping? Cleo. Hey. No, she's out like a light. I'm boring her with my podcast. All right, that's it. All right, everybody, go fuck yourselves. I'll talk to you next week. And if you haven't watched the World Series yet, it's a dandy. 2 games apiece. One more game in St. Louis. Oh, you know what I didn't talk about? I know that the World Series has always been 2-3-2. I always just feel like the 3 in the middle. What would you rather have if you were managing the team? Would you? I just feel like the advantage goes to the team with the lesser record, with those three in the middle. Even though overall, 4 out of 7 games, you're going to be on the road. I just feel like the way it's broken up, you just sort of spend a weekend in Boston, and then you host a homestand, right? You got 3 straight games. You can sleep in your own bed, eat your own food, fucking chill out, and then if need be, you go back and you deal with another weekend. They break it up nicely. And I feel like the 2-3-2, it just gives the team with the lesser record home field advantage through the first 5 games. It makes games 1 and 2 a must-win for the team with the better record. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me, my anxiety as a fan, and maybe professional athletes, they don't give a shit. But I've always found that weird. Like, I liked when the NBA used to do 2-2, 1-1-1. It seemed fairer, but I think the athletes didn't like to travel. You know, and they got to lug all that TV equipment. I don't know. That's just one to think about. All right? So that's the deal, everybody. That's the podcast for this week. Go fuck yourselves. I'll talk to you next week. Goodbye.
Dishes fluctuating, selling me a generation. All the while tempting, killing me with patience. All night, the vacant notion that I'll cut ties. The hand I'm searching, what are you afraid of then? I think about it, that it's all I've known. If I could see you walking, and I could feel it, but I'm well out of time. Feel you again if I all night. The vacant notion of the city lights, the vacuum faces of the phone line that be cool.